Welcome back, everybody. I am Jeremy Baker. With me, as always, is Mike Felino. We got a very special episode lined up for you guys today. Something we've been working on for, I don't know, about a month now. The one thing I think that bothers a lot of people in this country is just the blatant hypocrisy. I've never heard that word so much until MAGA and the Trump.
It's almost like Donald Trump invented that word, like other words he's invented.
Right. He discovered it. Yeah, he invented it.
Hypocrisy and caravans.
All right, so yeah, exactly. And US spells us. He's on a roll. So what we've done is we've narrowed it down to the 5 most blatant hypocrisies that MAGA has to offer. So let me go ahead and
boy, do they have some to offer.
Yes. So the 5 hypocrisies that MAGA we're going to go over today. So we've got religion, patriotism, never surrender, pedophiles, and drag queens.
And we're only laughing because the hypocrisy is so absurd that it's beyond sad and depressing. It's just hilarious how pathetic they are. That's all.
Right. Exactly. So
we're not like desensitive. We're just, it's so bad.
Exactly. And we're going to save the best for last. So we're going to go in reverse. We're going to do religion for last. So the first hypocrisy that we're going to go over is obviously the drag queen. These people are obsessed with drag queens. Marjorie Taylor Greene is obsessed with drag queens. That one I kind of get because, I mean, let's be honest, she looks like a dude in drag.
And that's for the most not meant as an insult. That's like meant as like she's like bad at it and trying to do it drunkenly.
You know, it's funny. I bet if you asked one of those AI things to just say put Marjorie Taylor Greene as a dude, it wouldn't change the picture. It would change it to send you a picture of her doing CrossFit and yelling at the screen, "Joe Biden's a piece of shit." So, all right. So obviously, the reason we want to talk about this, for some reason, they think drag queens are sexualizing kids.
Yeah, they think that's like a thing that's happening when they themselves are constantly sexualizing kids. They're obsessed with kids' junk.
Complete projection. So what I found, it was from Jimmy Kimmel. They did a drag queen story hour, and this is great.
It's funny.
The performer reads from Ted Cruz's book.
And the kids, it's not like you could train these kids to be in on the bit. These are the kids.
No. This is funny. And notice they don't care that this person is dressed in drag.
Full of woke neo-Marxist ideas and then put it on the air. If people point out that the ideas and the show are bad, you can always claim that they're racists, fascists, or both. Disney's reboot of the beloved Little Mermaid was a case in point. Did anybody see that?
It came out on my birthday.
Instead of admitting that Disney had managed to ruin a classic, defenders of the subpar remake, including its star, accused the public of racism.
Because the
original Little Mermaid was good, and the other Little Mermaid was good.
Exactly.
Oh, gee, that's it.
Yeah, they both are.
Well, children like the Little Mermaid, right?
Yeah.
So it's almost like they should be the ones to say if it's good.
Exactly.
Now, I got to tell you, I've been a Disney fan my whole life. I'm not one of those crazy Disney people, no offense, that goes there 4 times a year. But I love Disney movies, right? So I wanted to see the new one when it came out. And I'm going to tell you my honest review of it. It is not as good as the first one, but it is not meant for me. My criticism of it is they cut things out that they should have left in, and they added stuff that they didn't need to. But it is meant for children. And clearly, children don't understand the subtext of people being assholes and criticizing a movie and trying to pretend it's not about racism when their only argument is you ruined a classic. You didn't, because you can't ruin something that already exists. They didn't erase it. They just made a new one. So shut the hell up.
Like them freaking out about the Barbie movie and what's his name? Like, Charlie Kirk, I think it was, buying $100 Barbie and then setting it on fire. Like, these people are demented.
The projection begins at the drag queen entry to the 5 MAGA hypocrisies, because they are obsessed with drag queens. They're obsessed with kids' genitals. These are the people that are trying to make laws to be able to go and actually have teachers inspect kids' genitals in school. Like, there is no one sexualizing children more than MAGA and Republicans.
And there are Republicans that want to know when girls are having their fucking periods.
Like,
I mean,
you don't need to know that.
Right.
You don't need to know that.
Now, the reason why this is a hypocrisy is obviously because their leader, Donald Trump,
is
constantly
a really
wears
bad drag
makeup. Queen. Right. He's basically a man in drag, I guess.
Now,
you know what I mean? He's got his hair done. He's got his makeup on. I mean, he looks like he's wearing blackface on the right. if we're being perfectly honest.
We're clearly being facetious about the drag concept. What we're really doing is getting to the heart of what is it that MAGA hates and what is it that they don't realize they're being hypocritical about. They don't hate guys wearing makeup. They hate being confused about being attracted to a dude dressed as a woman. That's what they hate. So when you have your fearless alpha male leader who gets glam done before he goes out every time in front of the camera with his fake hair crafted the perfect way and his gobs of ridiculous makeup, like he's not getting good glam, but he's getting glam. All right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Donald Trump spends $70,000 a year on hair. Okay.
So
that's not.
Who are the people trying to fool people?
I don't think.
Who are the people that are trying to pull one over on what people really look like?
Exactly. All right, so let's go to number 2. Let's get serious.
Oh boy.
Pedophiles, and child sex.
This might be the most common hypocrisy.
Right. Now, and there are reasons why we say this is one of the hypocrisies. Now, let me play first. I played a clip of the interview with Marjorie Taylor Greene, and this is how they think. And this
if you don't know, she's the worst.
Women. She's one of the most powerful women in Congress.
And she sucks.
They're a party of pedophiles. I would definitely say so. They support grooming children. They are not pedophiles. Why would you say that? Democrats
Congresswoman.
Even Joe Biden,
and as soon as you kick back,
supports
she stutters and can't answer.
Being sexualized and having transgender surgeries. Sexualizing children is what pedophiles do to children.
No, it isn't. Pedophiles have sex with children and molest children.
Exactly.
Okay.
Sexualizing children is saying when you have a little boy and a little girl, before they know what they are, you're going to marry that. You're going to marry that. You, because of your genitals, are going to stay home and get pregnant. And you, because of your genitals, I'm going to buy you a gun and you're going to be in charge. Right. Sexualizing is taking an acknowledgement of genitals and making a person's personality about those genitals. That's exactly the opposite of what the LGBTQ movement, the trans movement is. It's about being comfortable in your body, and that's where it stops. It's not what are you based on your genitals.
And I am going to add a video. We've played this video before. This is the ad from Midas Touch Network, and it's about Trump pretty sexualizing his own daughter. So let me add this real quick.
Perhaps I'd be dating her. You know?
Stop it. Oh, it's so weird. Stop. You know what? You are sick.
Yeah. It makes
These
it very
are his words.
if he would look at certain other Americans the way he apparently has in the past.
What does Tiffany have with Marlon?
She's got Marlon's legs.
Ew.
She's got this part yet, but time will tell.
What's the favorite thing you have in common?
Who talks
with your
about their
father?
daughter like that?
Real estate or golf?
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
He's definitely not a typical father.
Look,
You know what? That's a good time to introduce this photo that we made. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Now, the reason this is hypocrisy is because Donald Trump was good friends with Jeffrey Epstein and his madam, Ghislaine Maxwell, or Ghislaine Maxwell, what would you call her? Jizzy. And we also found a photo of, I believe it was teen Ivanka with daddy at
young teen. Not that it matters what teen, but like
right. So on the left, you see
there.
Trump with Epstein's pimp, basically, who used to help him do his thing. Trump next to Jeffrey Epstein, who was a convicted pedophile. And then you can see the middle picture on the bottom. That is Ivanka dancing on. That is not Ivanka sitting on daddy's lap.
She is grinding.
That is Ivanka dancing like a striptease on daddy's lap.
Now,
so
go
ahead.
That one, I don't. Okay, the one video that you played where he says the one thing we have in common is sex. The one thing that you look at in all of those videos and the pictures is the differences in the ages of Ivanka. He didn't, a man, and I use the term loosely, who is so fucking dumb to be able to say those types of things about his daughter and says them so casually and so in jest. Right. That didn't start when after puberty. Okay, I'm sorry. That would make it okay, but that wasn't like, oh, she's a woman now and now I'm attracted to her, which would make it disgusting anyway. But if he's that comfortable in public that much, that's been part of his relationship with his daughter that he doesn't even, I don't even know if he knows it's wrong.
Right.
Not that that's an excuse, but like he's so comfortable with it and casual.
Right. Exactly. He's so casual, and he's
I
so
don't
comfortable
understand
talking about his daughter in a sexual manner. That's disturbing. So let me play this next video because they're constantly calling the left groomers and yada yada whatever.
And who are the ones that get caught and get arrested all the time?
Exactly. Almost everyone is from the right.
Did our public schools, any schools, become what are essentially grooming centers for gender identity radicals?
They never have.
The latest GOP talking point. Republicans are now claiming that education, or even just conversations around gender identity and sexual orientation in schools or television programming, is a form of grooming children to become LGBTQ+.
There's never a time when a teacher needs.
They seriously think that you can they're trying to turn people gay and trans. Jesus
when
Christ,
a teacher needs to sit down.
Well, they're afraid of what education is because it takes them away from the
You're a boy,
indoctrination.
but you might actually be a girl.
This argument has surfaced in discussions of a recently passed Florida bill that, in part, prohibits classroom discussion about sexual orientation or gender identity in certain grade levels or in a specified manner. Critics are calling it the Don't Say Gay bill. Proponents are calling it the Anti-Grooming bill.
Unbelievable. Now I'm gonna pull this picture up one more time just because of the context here.
Who's grooming who?
Right. Who's the groomer? Who's the head groomer? Okay, your Fuhrer, your leader, the one you want to give nuclear weapons to, is the fucking groomer in charge.
The groomer in chief.
Yeah, the groomer. Yeah, we can call him the pedophile in chief. And I'm tired of saying allegedly or maybe or possibly. We've seen enough evidence to know that Donald Trump is not, he doesn't treat women well. There's been dozens of women come forward talking about sexual abuse and inappropriate behavior towards women. He's admitted it. And Jeffrey Epstein was his fucking friend. Jeffrey Epstein, who flew people to a private island to have sex with people that are underage. That is what they did. And Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump are good friends.
So it's not just Donald Trump that's the MAGA hypocrite. Every day, and maybe I'm exaggerating, let's go down a little. Let's say at least once a week there's another Republican or priest or pastor or someone who was at January 6th. And I say that truthfully because it's like every week a new Republican or new MAGA cultist is being arrested for not just sexual, assault, but pedophilia, underage kids. Like, it is literally them. They are blaming the left for what they are doing, and they're not even hiding it anymore.
I know, but I think it's starting to become pretty obvious that they are the ones that, I mean, it's all projection. You know what I mean? They're constantly projecting the things that they do onto other people.
Yep.
And I'm tired of it. That's why we're going to call it out on the show, because I'm absolutely sick of it. All right.
Yep.
Next one, because I'm getting really pissed off.
Yeah, I know.
Topic.
We only have done two. Let's go.
Yeah. So this next one is the whole never surrender.
Ooh, because they're tough guys. We never surrender.
Yes. So this is Trump selling a T-shirt on Truth Social of his mugshot saying "Never Surrender," which of course the mugshot was taken of him as he surrendered. So let's go ahead and grift off of that.
The election was rigged, and I believe it more
Listen to it.
than ever. It was a rigged election.
This is just
we
gibberish.
all know why, and we know what they're doing, and we certainly get it. But I know I'm your favorite president, and
what are you talking about, man?
But it completely and totally backfired, as you probably read. Since my mugshot was released, our campaign has raised over $10 million. The people,
because you've been
he's
selling the
seriously
pictures.
telling you, like, we're grifting. My mugshot, we're able to grift money off of you.
People know this is a sham and a scam.
He's actually telling them that.
This is nothing but
Oh my
election
God.
interference. They want to interfere with our election so they can try and damage me with all
Wait, hold
these
on, pause for 1
bullshit
second.
lawsuits.
I just have to say it again. He goes, we've raised X amount of millions of dollars since we've put out this T-shirt. Yes, because you're selling them the thing that they've already just bought. Like what? Oh. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Continue that video.
Interference is orchestrated by crooked Joe Biden, the worst president in the history of our country, along with the deep state. And on November 5th,
I just say words.
It's going to backfire again when we win back the White House and make America great again.
Oh, I'm
I just
so
want to
tired
thank
of
you for
hearing.
your tremendous support, and here it is. If you want to go out,
It's literally an infomercial. Like, where's
It
the
is.
4 easy payments of $39.99?
I know, right? 2 for $60. I mean, Jesus Christ, this is so
I gotta,
man.
you know what? I gotta do something with like the Ron Popeil Showtime rotisserie grill, but like a picture of Donald Trump, him selling it on an infomercial,
right? Maybe after he loses all his money, he'll be the next guy that OxyClean guy. It'll be Donald Trump doing infomercials from now on.
Like the fact that he just holds it up shamelessly. The
guy. All right, so obviously, I hate to say it, a lot of these Trump supporters are not very bright. Okay, we can say it now. It's okay. We're not shaming anybody at this point. They're just idiots. And several of them have been very, very confused when asked the very simple question. And I love this. I'm gonna have a hard time now.
This is why it's a hypocrisy, because they are
Because this is his mugshot, right?
This is his mugshot. Yeah.
And he was literally surrendering when he was doing this.
Yeah. See, now you're trying to spin it.
No, there's
I'm
no.
trying to state the obvious. I mean, I'm trying to understand. Explain to me, because some people look at this and they say, "Yeah, Donald Trump never surrendered. Go after the deep state." And then other people say, "Well,
you could actually see his brain break in half."
Yeah, I bet you could smell it.
Have the line that says "Never surrender."
Can you repeat the question?
Why have a T-shirt that has a picture of his mugshot of him surrendering, and then have it say "Never surrendered"?
Well, because you can't surrender to these people. I mean,
but he did.
But he did.
I don't really know.
Well, maybe you surrender if you're criminally charged and you have to show up in court. Is that a time to surrender?
I need help.
How do I put this?
Yeah, it broke. Completely. I'm surprised we didn't see smoke come out of his ears.
It would have been great if he just dropped out of the view of the camera, just fell.
Right, this whole never surrender macho bravado alpha male bullshit.
But this is the don't tread on me
dumb.
thing too.
Right, yeah, it's so dumb though. Like you're actually buying a shirt with his face on it that he surrendered to the cops.
These are
you're giving him money for a shirt.
These are the
him
people
surrendering.
that never surrender. Right. And I think we're going to touch on this. I think we have an episode coming up specifically focusing on broflakes.
Yes.
Okay. And I thought I sent you the video today. Maybe I didn't, about a guy in court who you see the video on January 6th. He's like, we stormed the Capitol. We stormed the Capitol. And then it's him getting sentenced to 14 years and he's crying like a child. It's awesome. and that's more along the broflake thing, but it's still part of the never surrender mentality that these guys think they've worked themselves up to think that they are these macho, tough, fucking heroes, warriors for whatever Trump, and like they're not. They're not.
No, not at all.
They're gonna surrender at the first time. Like the hardcore lunatics that have gathered the 4,000 guns. Yeah, maybe they're gonna go out in a blaze of glory. Great.
Right.
But the average moron that goes to a Trump rally, the first time someone grabs a taser and points it at them, they're going to pee themselves and drop to the ground. So
right. I don't.
Come on.
They envision this massive uprising against the deep state. Like, come on, people.
The deep state, which is literally rank and file lawyers and fucking accountants just doing their job.
Right. If you think an unorganized group of idiots led by the pedophile in chief, I'm getting so much trouble for saying that, is going to lead you into a revolution that defeats the United States military,
you better get used to surrendering.
Good luck. Yeah. Because you're in for some. I mean, they're going to be, I think there's a comedian and does a joke about it. Like, there's going to be a bunch of guys with AR-15s on one side, right?
Yeah.
And there's just going to be a guy with a drone on the other side.
Yeah,
like, is this okay? Like, just hit the button.
This doesn't seem fair.
No, exactly. It doesn't seem fair. Are you sure? Because it's okay. All right, let's do it. All right.
It'll be like, just imagine it's brown people in the desert. It'll be fine.
Yep. So, all right. So the next one bothers me to no end, and that is patriotism. For some reason, these MAGA guys and women think they are patriots by defending part of only the First and Second Amendment. And disregarding the entire document. Okay, the Trump has filed a motion in court saying that as president, he was not responsible to uphold the Constitution.
He did.
And you're saying that you're patriots to Donald Trump. Okay, you're cult members.
Yes,
you're not patriots to the United States. Okay, if you're a U.S. patriot like I am, like Mike is, like my father was, you love your country regardless of its flaws, and you love everybody in it, and you defend them, all of them. You don't pick and choose who you're going to be patriots to, and that's what they've done. They've pledged allegiance to Donald Trump.
Yes, that's brilliant. That's exactly right.
Yeah. So let's play this Donald Trump giving, saying that whatever. This guy.
The principles of hard work and merit, and end the scourge of homelessness that is plaguing our beleaguered Democrat-run cities.
It's
we will heal our divisions and bring our people back together through incredible success.
Scourge.
We will defend life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We will expand the frontiers of human knowledge and extend the horizon.
What the hell does that even mean? We're going to expand the frontiers of human knowledge. I don't even understand. Scourge.
We will plant our beautiful American
my
flag
God.
very soon on the surface of Mars, which
That's right, people. We're going to Mars.
I got started. I started Mars.
But
you started that too.
Involved. We need everyone's help. We need to look out for one another. We need to be friends, and we need every patriot on board.
Oh, every patriot. So everyone that supports you, right? Because that's what he means.
Exactly.
Don't forget, Donald Trump he fashions himself to be a mob boss, right? We're already starting to hear in some of those tapes that were leaked that he wanted to be referred to as the boss while he was in the White House. Well, you're not a boss, you're the president. But he loves this whole concept of this mystique of him being this boss. And man, it's so gross because he doesn't believe in loyalty. He believes in people just catering to him.
Right. He demands absolute loyalty. However, he is loyal to no one.
He's not loyal to the Constitution. He said he did not take that oath seriously. He's not loyal to the office of president because he fomented a coup and an insurrection. That is what happened. Sorry. He's not loyal to anything that makes a patriot a patriot.
Exactly. So stop taking my word. Patriot is our word, not yours. And
we got to take it. They got to take that. The flag. Right? They don't want rainbows anymore. We got room for rainbows. We got rainbows, the flag, and fucking patriot.
I'm honestly, though, I'm tired of them making the American flag into a hate symbol. That pisses me off. It really does. Because I watched my father go to war. You know what I mean? So, I'm tired of them destroying all the shit our predecessors built. So here's the comparison, though. Like, this is not very patriotic. And we showed this, I think, yesterday or the other day.
Yeah.
This is Trump talking just like Hitler, basically. So this is from the Midas Touch Network's thread page. Hitler, I will get rid of the communist vermin. Donald Trump, I will get rid of the communist vermin. Hitler, I will take care of the enemy within. Donald Trump, I will take care of the threat from within. Hitler, Jews and migrants are poisoning Aryan blood. Trump, migrants are poisoning the blood of our country. I mean, we could go on and on and on and on. And then his aide, Stephen Chung, had the nerve to respond and say, if you call he pretty much said, if you call Donald Trump Hitler, this is what you're going to get. And this is basically what Hitler would do. Those who try to make that ridiculous assertion are clearly snowflakes.
Clearly.
Grasping for anything because they are suffering from Trump derangement syndrome, and their entire existence will be crushed.
That's a
President
threat.
Trump. Come on. And this is Donald Trump saying deranged Jack Smith, all these other people, radical left misfits. He is going to throw them all in a mental institution before his next term is over as president.
Now,
for a disease, I might point out, that he made up.
Well, here's the thing. So I'm worried. I'm very concerned because you get older. I'm in my 40s. You want to make sure your health is you got your shit together, right? And today I was looking around Instagram and I got told today that I have Trump derangement syndrome. And I'm legitimately, I don't know if it's a change of diet I got to go through or some sort of medication, but I was accused of that today. So it's more dangerous than COVID, folks. You better get your vaccine for Trump derangement syndrome.
And you know what? I love it because it gives us all the material we need for the show.
So, like, they live in this weird reality. And patriotism is like the thing that binds them, because these are the people that have never read the flag code, that adorn themselves with the flag, that, you know, leave the flag out all 24 hours a day so it gets rotten and tattered. You know, these are people that stole imagery that, yes, America was never perfect, but those images stood for an ideal that we have yet to achieve.
Exactly.
And that's great because we're a work in progress. The Constitution is a living document, and we are always trying to strive to be better, to evolve to a better form of this country.
Exactly.
But they stole it, and they are trying. What they're really doing is they know that they can't wave the Confederate flag, so they're waving the American flag. But really, it's the same people that tried to march on the Capitol and burn it down. So that's what patriots they really are.
Yeah, patriots don't post this on their website.
That is a little too on the nose, Donnie.
Right. I mean, he already did it once. Apparently, he wants to come back and do it again. This is a presidential candidate, mind you. All right. So last one, and we saved the best for last, is obviously religion. Because everybody seems to think Donald Trump was sent by God, which is
muscly Jesus.
Yeah, because he's never even read the Bible. You can tell. We'll show you.
I am the chosen one.
I think God calls all of us to fill different roles at different times, and I think that he wanted Donald Trump to become president.
Explain why you say that God has given President
Christian
Trump
nationalism right here. Listen to this.
Yep.
The Bible, especially Romans 13, does give President Trump moral authority to use whatever force necessary, including assassination or even war, to topple an evil dictator.
The Bible does not dictate what
can I just say, what the fuck?
Reverend Franklin Graham says President-elect Donald Trump was put in the White House by God.
This election, no question. I believe God's hand was in it.
I see the greatest president in history. Of course he is. He was chosen by God.
God in some
way. You see where that guy is now.
For a purpose. I don't know what that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it's pretty bad. So let's be honest. Trump is not religious. There's a higher chance that he has an autographed copy of Mein Kampf next to his bed than it is a Bible.
He can't read that either, but he understands that it means something, so he has it.
Right. And if you need any proof that Donald Trump has never read a single word of the Bible, let me play this next video for you. And he had a perfect opportunity to just make something up. And
they were helping him answer it, and he couldn't do it.
Book, and you said, I think last night in Iowa, some people are surprised that you say that. I'm wondering what one or two of your most...
Because let's remember, Donald Trump goes around the country saying the Bible is my favorite book.
Favorite Bible verses are and why?
I wouldn't want to get into it because to me that's very personal. You know, when I talk about the Bible, it's very personal, so I don't want to get into verses. I don't want to get into...
There's no verse that means a lot to you that you think about or cite?
The Bible means a lot to me, but I don't want to get into specifics.
It's such clear bullshit. How did they not get it?
Old Testament guy or New Testament guy?
Probably equal. I think it's...
That's my favorite part. I got to bring it back. What's your favorite?
No, I don't want to do that.
Old Testament guy.
I don't want to do a favorite verse.
Probably equal. I think
equal?
it's just
I have no clue what the fuck I'm talking about.
I joke, very much so. They always hold up the Art of the Deal. I say my second favorite book of all time.
Oh man,
there are
how
many
is
things.
He the leader of Christianity in America.
There are many things I would love to ask him if I got a chance, and I wouldn't just berate him. I mean, I would tell him he's a shit stick, but I would ask him a series of questions on record just to watch the answers and watch people watch the answers. And one of them I would say is, which Bible is Jesus in? I mean, which book of the Bible is Jesus in? Right?
No clue.
Just, I want to see, because no Christian, no Catholic, not even someone like myself who was atheist and spent decades studying religion and learning about it, would not just answer that, because there's no reason not to answer that. Just answer it. Just do it.
And they just gave him there was two, like, you only had two choices and he still messed it up.
They didn't say which one is this in, which one do you like?
Yeah, I like them both.
Because you know why, and I'll tell you why. I've seen interviews like that with people, of a religious agenda who try and guide an interview to get the message that they want. So if he had said the Old Testament, they would have been like, old fire and brimstone, right?
Exactly.
And if he went New Testament, they'd be like, I know, just Jesus' love and mercy. They would have just given him the out, and he couldn't even step in it. For a guy that steps in it all day, he can't even step in it when it's right in front of him. It's freaking amazing. So he is
even after
the dumbest.
Even after all the stuff we've shown you here, he is by far the leading candidate for the Republican Party.
And
our country is broken.
What is going on?
I said, what is going on? I feel like we've slipped into some dystopian reality.
The reason this is a MAGA hypocrisy is, again, who are the people overwhelmingly getting arrested for child pornography? Pastors and Republicans. Who are the people that are going for treason and not loving their country? Who are the ones committing hate crimes and not loving thy neighbor? Who are the ones that are who are the ones trying to steal an election and not commit theft? These are the cheaters. Donald Trump, how many times has he got married? Oh, don't commit adultery. The guy's not religious. MAGA is not religious, but they are being used by religious movements to get votes to craft a country the way that the religious, let's just say, operatives want them to craft it. That's it.
Yeah. It's just sad that this is what our country has come to. I don't think he'll win the next election, but the possibility of him winning terrifies the absolute shit out of me.
Yeah.
I mean,
everyone.
No, I've honestly considered if he would win just to get out of here and go to Canada or something like that.
I know it's so easy to say and so hard to do, but if he becomes president and the MAGA people are allowed to just be their worst selves, now they're just 85% their worst selves. If there was nothing that would ever keep them in check, they will just be roaming around grinding people to dust. That is what they will do.
And they stopped they're not, I think what the problem is Donald Trump keeps talking this fascist Hitler nonsense and his poll numbers go up. So he thinks people love this stuff. I'm going full throttle now.
Because that's all he understands. Yeah.
He is saying everything out loud. The Project 2025. He's calling it Trump 2025 plan.
Yep.
Everything that these people are trying to do. They want to mass deportations, camps.
They say the word. You don't get to say the word camps. You don't get to say that word.
You know what I mean? This is not patriotic. This is not defending your country. We're a nation of immigrants, built by immigrants for immigrants. Okay. Nobody, except for obviously the natives, are from here. So there is no reason.
And they tell us to get out all the time and we don't listen.
Right. We've never been a white Christian nation. We've never been one. I mean, if Christianity, if they had to agree on a religion when they were trying to do the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, we never would have had a country to start with.
And that's why they went pure deist. If you even want to say that they acknowledge deism in some way, but they specifically left out religious. They specifically left out religious language of any sort so that nothing could ever be tied to it. It is not that complicated. And what some people, one of the arguments I've heard is that, the Pilgrims came here and the Pilgrims were kicked out because they were religious extremists. That was several hundred years before the country was actually formed, right? Exactly. 1492 and 1700s. Do some math. So by the time the country was really becoming a country, the people running it, while they were still slavers and misogynists, at least understood that there were some things that you didn't need to base a country on, and that was religion.
Right, and this will never be a Christian nation. This will never be a white Christian nation.
Nope.
And I'm tired of hearing about it. I mean, and Trump and his MAGA movement have brought everything to the surface. All the hate, all the vileness in this country has come to the surface, and it's everything out loud. Exactly, it's a scourge. So that's all the time we have for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We will be revisiting the hypocrisy genre because there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
But we tried to narrow it down to 5 for today's show. So anything you got, Mike, before we get out of here?
Just keep your eyes out. Maybe we'll have to add more. I mean, MAGA movement's not over yet, so.
Oh, how about this? If you have any hypocrisies you would like us to talk about,
all right,
put them in the comments and we will make a show about those hypocrisies for you. How about that?
More than happy to do that.
Yes, that's all we have for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Obviously, we're a small channel just starting out. We do all our own work, all our own research, all our own production. So every click helps. Tell your friends and whatnot. So we will be back on Saturday morning for a little bit. And then we have our weekly hourly show on Sunday. And then next Tuesday, we are very excited to have the founder of Stop Moms for Liberty. She will be on to talk to us about what she's got going on there.
Yep.
And I'm really excited about that. So we talk about Moms for Liberty all the time.
Yes.
Yep. So everybody have a good evening or good afternoon, depending on what coast you're on. And we'll talk to you soon.